Sajith-AKD debate still a toss-up. Crossovers from SLPP shows might in SJB. Two state ministers almost come to fisticuffs. Anti-Rajapaksa alliance to lay siege to their bastion. State ministers at cabinet meeting.
The Leader දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Sajith-AKD debate still a toss-up. A date is said to have been fixed for the much-awaited debate between Sajith Premadasa and Anura Kumara Dissanayake. Harin Fernando took a jab at it when he said he would ask the president to declare June 6th a holiday for all to watch their face-off. Still, uncertainty surrounds the debate. AKD's agreement to hold the debate on that day is yet to be responded to by Sajith. NPP's Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said so to Lanka yesterday, adding that the debate between the leaders would be followed by another between their economic committees. However, SJB spokesman SM Marikar accuses the NPP of trying to avoid the debate between the economic committees. Speaking to the media, Marikar also said he is ready to debate about urban development. Maybe he tried to imply that he is the shadow minister of urban development.
එතකොට දැන් ඊයේ හවස නලින්ද ජාතිස්ස මන්ත්‍රීතුමා ආර්ථික කවුන්සිල විවාදය ගැන නෑ වංගුවක් දාලා නායකයෝ අතර විවාද ගැන විතරයි කතා කරන්නේ. දැන් යුද්ධෙට නායකයා ඉස්සරහා යන්නේ නෑනේ. බටහ මුදාව යවලා තමයි යන්නේ. නායකයා ඉස්සර ගිහිල්ලා යුද්ධයක් කරලා දිනපු රටක් කොහෙවත් නැහැ. හරිද? දැන් ඔබට උදාහරණයක් කියන්නම්කෝ. දැන් මේ රටේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න හමුවේ මේ වලට විසඳුම් හොයන්න නම් ඉදිරියේ එන මැතිවරණයේදී ජයග්‍රහණය කරවිය යුත්තේ පුද්ගලයෙක් වන මේ කණ්ඩායම. අපි සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමාව පුද්ගලයෙක් විදිහට ජයග්‍රහණය කරවන්න කියලා කියන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? ආර්ථිකයේ එක කණ්ඩායමක්. දැන් නාගරික සංවර්ධනය ගැන ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවනම් මම උනත් සූදානම් විවාදේ කරන්න. කොහොමද නාගරික සංවර්ධනය කරන්න කියලා ඉවර වෙලා.
In the meantime, NPP's Dr. Harinia Marasuria says her leader is ready and questions Sajith's silence. She also expresses readiness for a debate between the economic committees.
දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ මේක මග ඇරලා ආර්ථිකය ගැන කතා කරන්න වෙන කට්ටිය යවයි දන්නේ නැහැ නේ විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා. ඒ නිසාද මේ ආර්ථික විවාදයක් ඉල්ලන්නේ?
ඒක එතුමාගෙන් අහන්න වෙයි. අපි කෝකටත් ලෑස්ති. එතුමා දැන් එකඟ වෙලා තියෙන දිනේ එතුමා යෝජනා කරපු දිනේ අපේ අනුර සහෝදරයා එකඟ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ දිනේටත් බැරි නම් ඉතින් එතකොට මම දන්නේ මේක කොහොමද ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නේ කියලා. මොකෝ එතුමා යෝජනා කරපු දිනේ අපේ නායකයා බාරගත්තා.
දැන් එතකොට ජාතික ජනබලවේගයේ විදියට වල් දෙකටම ඔබතුමියන්ලා ලෑස්තිද?
ඔව් අපි ලෑස්ති.
For his part, Sajith challenged AKD to face him off and his economic committee without making any false pretenses. He was speaking in Ambalantota. The two sides are trading challenges, while any type of debate still looks very much unlikely. Ranil is keeping a close watch on this. While in Indonesia too, he inquired about it from back home several times. Both Sajith and AKD will have to declare their policies to build the country and explain how theirs are different from Ranil's set of policies. People's foremost concern is economic security. They are not ready to fall back into a hell on earth like the one that existed in 2022. Crossovers from SLPP shows might in SJB. As the presidential polls become closer, party infightings are getting all the more intensified. With the talk of a general election set to take place first, those differences now come out into the open. It is said the National People's Power has minor disputes, but they haven't surfaced in the public domain yet. In the United National Party, undermining each other has become the norm. Its management committee is a deeply divided lot. It is so in the entire party. Ranil knows everything, but instead of wasting time on conflict resolution on the home front, he has got down to work along with Prasanna, Kanchana and Mahindananda, whom he trusts. Anyway, those close to him in the UMP never managed to make him the president all these years. What they are busy with these days is striking deals. If a couple of these deals come out, it will be Ranil's ruin this time too. The Samagi Jana Balawigaya fares no better. Fighting continues for district leaderships and portfolios in a future regime. The biggest one of them all happens between the old guard and the newcomers. The Harsha de Silva Nalaka Godahewa dispute is so serious that Harsha was publicly promised the finance portfolio, while Nalaka was pledged an unspecified portfolio. Then, it was between Lakshman Kiriella and Kandi's Wasantha Yapa over a matter of preferential votes. Kiriella's daughter too is going to contest from Kandi. As such, he hopes to come from the national list. Yapa is a hard worker, though gets excited easily. He was advised on that count by G.L. Peiris himself. Some days ago he held a picketing campaign against land grabbing in Hantana. Kiriella got hurt by that because his name too has been mentioned in those disputes. He went into yet another fit of anger over a letter sent to former LG members under a Javaya letterhead. Sujiwa Senasinghe egged him on because he was dropped from that programme. Both managed to halt Yapa's effort. Then, Kiriella said at a media briefing that Yapa will not get nominations from the SJB. That one angered Sajith, who looked on unawares until then. His reaction came at a party thrown at Monarch Imperial to thank MPs and organisers who made the May Day rally a success. Kiriella supporters didn't care about Yapa when he arrived, and he sat aside. Getting to know that, Sajith demanded an immediate stop to the animosity towards newcomers. He insisted that he accepted talented, honest people to the SJB-led alliance after a thorough vetting. Some believe it was a shot at Harsha, while others think Kiriella was the target. Anyway, the SLPP breakaways that joined the SJB are finely suited for Sajith's line of thinking. So, he prefers to work with them than with ex-UNP liberals. Two state ministers almost come to fisticuffs. Chief Government Whip Prasanna Ranatunga organised a secret meeting at Water's Edge on Monday for cabinet and state ministers from the SLPP. Yesterday, we reported about what they discussed. This is something that happened on the sidelines. Even after the meeting ended, some remained. Prasanna, Mahindananda, Kanchana, Prasanna Ranawira, Indika Anuruddha, Lohan and D.V. Chanaka were there. Lohan, who has had a few drinks, said state ministers should protect their dignity. That verbal jab was aimed at Ranawira, who was in the news for slapping a porter at the Katunayake airport. He lost his temper and inquired from Lohan as to what he had gone and done at the Anuradhapura prison. Both exchanged a few select words and almost came to fisticuffs. Prasanna, Kanchana and Mahindananda intervened and put a halt to that anti-Rajapaksa alliance to lay siege to their bastion. Ranil's Election Operations Committee met yesterday, and both Anura Yapa and Nimal Lanza boycotted it as usual in protest against Basil Rajapaksa. Their new alliance is based on anti-Rajapaksa sentiments rather than on policy matters. With months of talks, that alliance is going to hold its inaugural rally in the Rajapaksa bastion of Hambantota. Mahinda Amarawira is organising the June 8th event at Ambalangoda town. It is the same place where Sajith had a public rally recently. It will be an opportunity for a comparison. Doubting what Nimal would do, they have booked several venues. On the 24th, there will be a meeting at Amarawira's home to discuss arrangements. CEO of their alliance, Siripala Amarasinghe, and others will attend. Their plan is to bring one busload each from 400 divisions in the district. More than 20 MPs are expected to go on stage too. They include Nimal Siripala, Anura Yapa, Susil Premajayantha, Nimal Lanza, Nalin Fernando, Duminda Disanayake, Chamara Sampath, Lasantha Alagiawanna, Udayakantha Gunatilake, Sudath Manjula, Jagath Pushpakumara, Suren Rahavan, S. Vialendran, Priyankara Jayaratne, Kirindigoda, Jagath Priyankara, as well as the Muslim MPs Ishaq Rahuman, Musharraf and Haris. It is reported that National Freedom Front parliamentarians Mohammed Muzamil and Nimal Piatissa are going to be there too. Not only that, Lanza hopes to get Rajapaksa Confidante Premnath C. Dolawate too on stage. Their second rally is due on June 28th in Monaragala, with plans to attract yet another group of MPs. The new alliance intends to contest a general election on its own, but always with an anti-Rajapaksa stance. That may give rise to a problem. They wonder what to do if Rajapaksas get on Ranil's stage, even if he contests as a non-partisan candidate. State ministers at cabinet meeting. Prasanna, Kanchana and Mahindananda were tasked with informing Ranil about the outcome of their secret meeting at Water's Edge. Ranil returned home on Tuesday from a tour abroad. That afternoon, he chaired the Election Operations Committee meeting. Present there were Prasanna, Kanchana, Tiran, Basil, Manusha, Harin, Sagala, Mahindananda, and Dinith Chinthaka. Prime Minister Gunawardena and Wajira were absent. Basil was mum about a general election. Prasanna briefed Ranil on their secret parley. Ranil suggested discussing it at the cabinet meeting next day and said state ministers too should be there. So Prasanna was due to state ministers separately at Wednesday noon. Ranil still looks unprepared to declare if he will contest. His intention is to make a declaration around June. He seems to be planning something on the sidelines. In the meantime, leaders of the two main opposition parties are challenging each other. Such did not happen previously. That is why we say the economic crisis and Aragalaya redid the political map. But don't forget the people's key role in that exercise. Their duty is to play it without getting deceived. That's it for today.